Hi guys, welcome to this video for my BFL Flux 3 video ComfyUI custom node. This custom node allows users to generate Flux 3 video using Black Forest Labs' very own BFL API directly from ComfyUI. Unlike most similar nodes, this provides draft enhanced control, which allows the user to generate polished versions of their drafts. Usage of this node requires an API key and API credits from BFL.ai. This is their website, BFL.ai. And if we click this button over here, it will take us to the sign up and login page. Okay, so just log it in here. And once logged in, down over here, you have add credits. This allows you to buy the credits. And over here is the API keys. I'm just going to click this. I'm going to show you add key just to show you how to generate one and give it a name and create a key. Once I've created it, I copy it, but I'm going to delete it now because I'm not going to use it. This is the BFL Flux 3 video custom node. Here are some demo workflows I've created: one video to video, text to video, and image to video. They are available to download via GitHub. The link is in the video description. This is the custom node. I'm going to expand this property menu over here. Let's look at the inputs. The node receives keyframes 1 and keyframes 2, first and last frame, and it also receives start video, which is for the video to video workflow. There's also an enable node toggle here. And then next up we have the prompt box, which is better labeled here in the properties menu here. And then we have the mode, which is the first field, which is text to video, image to video, video to video, and draft enhanced, which is very important. We'll come back to that. We have aspect ratios, which cover all the common aspect ratios which are supported. And then we have the duration in seconds. I believe it goes up to 20 seconds. And let's just scroll down here. Okay, yes, that's it. So here are the resolutions that are supported: HD 7, which is 720p, and Full HD, which is 1080p. Generate audio is self-explanatory. The safety tolerance is set to 2 usually. I've set it to 4 because 2 is too strict in my opinion. Draft, I always have it on to save costs. And draft cache is where you can get the file path to the draft cache that is downloaded by the API. Sorry, by the REST client. Okay, so once you have the draft cache, you can use that as the required input for the mode, which we saw earlier called draft enhance. Okay, and that is quite an expensive mode, which generates a polished version of your video clip, which is in Full HD. Okay, so here are the outputs of the node, and this is the video output. Then these are the text API outputs from the API response. Let's just go and scroll in here so I can show you the demo that we're going to do. This is the prompt. The prompt basically just says that we're going to pick up the baby carefully and carry it down the corridor. Well, the Android is going to do that, and it should do it in a seamless motion. This is the input video. Here it walks up to the baby, it leans in. Okay, and now given it the important constraint to continue from the last frame of the input video, let's start this, and I'm going to use editing to skip ahead. Okay, and yeah, skipped ahead. There we go, and there's the output video. And let me have a look at this with you guys now. So this is the start video input. The Android walks up to the baby, leans in. And then the prompt that I gave it said I wanted it to continue from here, from this frame, and then pick up the baby and walk down carefully and walk down the corridor. So let's have a look. We said we wanted it in a seamless transition. So it just kind of pulls its arms away and then walks down the corridor with the baby, which doesn't look structurally logical for a scene. So I'm not too impressed with that. Since the video to video demo results definitely lackluster, let's hope Flux 3 redeems itself with the text to video demo. This is the text to video workflow that I put together, and over here is a subgraph with its outputs. You recognize the names of the outputs from the node, and this is where it's going to save the video. and then the text response from the API. And then we're going to have a look at this prompt over here. It's very basic. It's just about a mother elephant eating fruit from a tree while her calf plays in a river besides a waterfall. And then this is basic because it is coupled with an LM Studio prompt enhancer. You can turn that off if you want. If you don't have LM Studio, just set that to false over there. And over here is the draft enhance. This draft enhance is set to false by default to save you guys a bit of money, because it is quite expensive compared to the draft mode. Okay, so now all of these inputs over here, if we have a look down here, all of these are going to become the input of the subgraph. Okay, so here we are in the subgraph, and we're going to be starting with this boolean over here. This boolean is draft enhance. It is set to false, as I said a few seconds ago. And if we go and we have a look, this boolean, if we pull this along, we will see is connected to these switches over here, which control the draft enhance. So these are the inputs on the left of the subgraph, and on the right is the outputs. Here is the draft enhance toggle. So that is what it's connected to. It's connected to enable this node for this BFL Flux 3 video node. So if we go over here, now this stack over here, this is for the LM Studio prompt enhancer. This is where the prompt comes in. It gets passed on to the prompt enhancer, and the prompt enhancer has this cache buster disabled just to save you a bit of money again. You don't want to be resetting the cache every run, because this is connected to a paid API. Now this is this mode over here on this node is set to text to video. So this is and it is set to draft mode to save you some money as well. And let's go over here. That is the draft enhance. If we have this set up and we don't have a draft cache, it's not going to work. So it needs to be taking the draft cache from these from the previous node. Okay, so let's ascend, and we're going to start a first test of this demo, and we'll run it once. I had a failed first attempt because I had the wrong aspect ratio, so I'm just going to switch it here to 16:9, and I'm going to start the test again. Okay, I'm going to edit this so that it skips ahead. Okay, it is just... there we go. And we will have a quick look at these results now. Okay, so, oh no, it switched from the waterfall and cut to a new scene. I didn't want it to do that. Let's have a look at that again. So it starts with a waterfall and then cuts to a new scene. I didn't tell it to cut to a separate scene. I wanted the elephants and the waterfall in the same scene. But okay, that was not a very good result. Let's hope now that the image to video results are a lot better. Okay. I'm very disappointed with this one, guys. Well, I could have cherry-picked these videos, but I didn't, because I wanted to keep this authentic and use the videos that were actually generated during the sessions that we recorded. So let's move on to this next workflow over here, which is the image to video workflow. It accepts these two input images, which is, this one is the start frame, and this is the last frame. So first and last frame logic, and they go into the subgraph. The subgraph is once again packaged with the prompt enhancer. The prompt is very basic that we are using here. It basically just says that there's a butterfly flying around and an elephant stamps on it in a comical fashion. Let's hope it does work out, and it actually does. Flux 3 does redeem itself for this demo. Let's go ahead and have a look at inside the subgraph here. Now the thing to notice here is the keyframe inputs. they get connected to the LM Studio prompt enhancer, and they also get connected to the BFL Flux 3 video node as well. Okay, so then they do not get connected to the second BFL Flux video node, 3 video node. That will generate an error if you connect them up to over there, because that is set to draft enhance mode. Okay, so let's have a look. If we go ascend here and we go and we have a look, I'm going to pull out this save video node over here because I want to save it before we do this demo, and we want to be able to preview it. So let's go ahead and run this. Okay, it's running. Okay, I'm editing this. Okay, here we go. It's outputted the this video. So let's have a look and see what the video is like. Okay, we have the butterfly flying, there's some music, and the stomp is a little bit slow, but this is still the best video so far of the session. I'm going to enhance this. Let's go to draft enhance. Okay, run this, and I'm going to use editing to speed this up a bit. Okay, almost finished. It's almost finished. Okay, there we go. And if we have a look at this, okay, the butterfly is flapping. Oh, the music's gone. Stomp. Okay. Well, the fact that it removed the music for an enhancement, that doesn't really seem logical to me. But I'm going to give it, because still this was the best video of the session. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, and visit my LinkedIn and GitHub. I recently got laid off by Atlassian during the software industry layoffs. So if you know of anybody in the Netherlands who needs an AI savvy integration expert for their team, please refer them to me via LinkedIn.